This is another presentation by My Weight World. Exercise. Introduction to the abdominal muscles. The goal of this presentation is to provide you with an introduction to the abdominal muscles. You will learn about basic abdominal anatomy, which includes the inner core transverse abdominals, the internal and external obliques, and the rectus abdominis. There are no shortcuts to killer abs. The importance of weight training to help you reach your ab and weight loss goals. Do your cardio. Proper nutrition is essential. Fighting bacteria in your body. Introduction. It is the million-dollar question. How can I get a flat stomach, washboard abs, and a six-pack in my midsection? This is probably the single most often asked question personal trainers hear. The goal of this presentation is to unlock the secret to training your abs so you can know once and for all what it takes to achieve that rock-hard midsection that everyone at the beach or around the pool will admire. These are the nuts and bolts facts about training your abdominal muscles correctly to achieve the hard, sculpted look you want. Basic abdominal anatomy. Before we even begin discussing how to train your ab muscles, you must first understand the basic anatomy of your abdominal section. The abdominals are composed of three primary muscle groups: inner core transverse abdominals, internal and external obliques, rectus abdominis. Inner core transverse abdominals. This underlying musculature is extremely important, so much so that if your core does not function correctly, you most likely will never achieve great abdominals. The inner unit, core, consists of many small muscles, but the most important ones are the transverse abdominals, TVA. Your TVA acts like a girdle or belt, keeping your body stable when external forces are placed on it. The TVA works to stabilize the internal organs in a girdle-like fashion. The TVA also stabilizes the back through the thoracolumbar spinal fascia. Internal and external obliques. Next are the internal and external oblique muscles, which wrap around the body for protection, allowing you to freely twist and rotate your spine. When it comes to spinal rotation, the obliques are the body's most important muscles. The internal and external obliques work as trunk rotators and flexors. For example, when the torso is turned to the right, the external oblique on the left side works synergistically with the right internal oblique, and vice versa for leftward rotation of the torso. The internal and external obliques assist the rectus abdominis to flex the abdominals as they simultaneously contract to flex the torso. Rectus abdominis. The rectus abdominis is actually an 8-pack of muscles that is separated and innervated into the upper and lower abdominals. Modern research indicates that the upper abdominals are innervated starting above the belly button, while the lower abdominals are innervated by a different set of nerve fibers, making these two completely different muscles, as opposed to the old belief that both sets of abs belong to one muscle. The rectus abdominals primarily flex the torso, but they also work as a shield to protect the internal organs from outside forces, such as getting hit. In the event of an external trauma, the rectus abdominis braces the body and protects the organs from damage. These are the muscles that, when fit, give a person a great-looking midsection, the proverbial six-pack. To properly work the abs, the whole body must function correctly. You cannot just focus on the rectus abdominals to obtain the beautiful washboard abs you want. If you focus on your body as a whole, working your abdominals becomes that much easier. There's no shortcut to a six-pack. I know, let's cut to the chase. Most people want to know only one thing. Just tell me how I can get rid of the beer belly to achieve that awesome midsection, a killer six-pack, more correctly known as an 8-pack. The simple answer? Begin by dumping your other six-pack, the one in your fridge. Really. Even the so-called light stuff. There is no such thing as spot reducing. The hard truth is you will never see tight abdominal muscles if you have too much fat on your body, and there is no abdominal exercise on the planet that will remove the fat from your midsection exclusively. Spot reducing is a myth. It is impossible to perform any single exercise or set of exercises to lose fat from one specific area of your body. The only way to lose fat from one specific area of the body is to cut it off surgically. In other words, go have some liposuction. That's a joke. Hit the gym and get moving. Must lose fat on your whole body. Abdominal exercises don't get rid of the fat around your midsection. The only way to get rid of fat at your abs is to get rid of fat on your whole body. And to do that, you must perform proper weight training and regular cardiovascular exercise, as well as eat a healthy, nutritious diet that works for you and your lifestyle. We'll go into these in more detail later, but let me reiterate one point. There is no such thing as spot reducing. You can exercise until you turn blue in the face. I don't care if you do 1,000 crunches. There is no such thing as spot reducing a certain area with a particular exercise. You must burn the fat from all areas of your body, and studies show that weight training is the most efficient method of burning fat. Combine it with cardio training and a proper diet to see huge successes in shedding those calories and fat to get a lean, rock-hard abdominal region. To burn the most fat and shed the most calories through weight training, you must perform many free weight exercises that will elevate your body temperature. This alone will shed fat and calories. Work with a personal trainer or consult the weight training presentations available on this site for help creating a personal training regimen that will work for you. Anaerobic activity. Anaerobic exercise is of much higher intensity than aerobic work, using up oxygen more quickly than the body can replenish it in the working muscles. Anaerobic literally means without oxygen. Anaerobic exercise is done in short blasts because it causes the body to create a significant oxygen debt that forces you to quickly end the exercise session. Anaerobic exercise burns up glycogen, muscle sugar, to supply its energy needs. Short bursts of all-out effort, such as sprinting or weightlifting, are examples of anaerobic activities. Moving the most body parts at the highest intensity possible burns the most calories and ultimately sheds the most fat to turn those abdominals into a rock-hard 8-pack. This means it's important to do more anaerobic training than aerobic exercise. Shorter bursts at a higher intensity sheds way more calories and fat than working at a longer, steadier pace, like long-distance running. In spite of the importance of anaerobic exercise, cardio is also essential to the weight loss process. Performing aerobic exercise will get you better conditioned as well as accelerate the fat-burning process. There are no two ways around the fact that the higher the intensity at which you perform any exercise, the more calories you burn. Regardless of your conditioning or how long you've been training, cardio should be performed for no longer than 20 to 30 minutes at a time. But just because it's only 30 minutes and not an hour doesn't mean you shouldn't push yourself hard for those 30 minutes. The role of proper nutrition. Proper nutrition is one of the most complicated subjects when it comes to getting fit and healthy, and here's why. Nutrition is a science. Your body is a complicated, unique structure, and many of us forget that we are different in so many ways. This difference includes which specific foods we should eat and determines which ones will function with our personal metabolism to keep us super lean year-round. Since everyone is different, there is no single diet that will work for everybody. The best thing you can do is learn about and follow an eating plan that includes the proper nutrition for your particular The best thing you can do is learn about and follow an eating plan that includes the proper nutrition for your particular metabolic type. Fighting bacteria. One last important consideration when putting together your weight loss regimen has to do with your level of bacteria. It's possible that your body has too many unfriendly bacteria or yeast overgrowth. The scientific name for this is Candida albicea. The problem afflicts most people without their even being aware of it. Candida, or yeast overgrowth, causes the intestines to become inflamed, which in turn shuts off the overlying muscles, your abdominals. The bottom line? If your abdominal muscles don't work, you won't ever achieve great-looking abs. Typical symptoms of bacterial overgrowth include yeast infections, athlete's foot, dandruff, bloating, cramping, and excessive gassiness. Consult your naturopath, doctor, or health food store for good products to help you fight these bacteria in your system. In summary, you now have a strong foundational knowledge about how to get great-looking abs. You have learned basic abdominal anatomy includes 3 major parts: the inner core transverse abdominals, the internal and external obliques, and the rectus abdominis. There is no shortcut to a tight 8-pack. You must lose weight from your whole body. There's no such thing as spot reducing. The best ab program combines weight training and cardio. Proper nutrition is essential. You must fight bacterial overgrowth to protect your well-earned abs. This has been another presentation by My Weight World.